Yo, this is Banger. Welcome back to another video. Today, this is the first time ever we are doing the Editing Your Photos episode 1, and you sent me over 50 different raw files, 50 unique raw files, great photos, and I've picked 6. I'm gonna be editing them one by one. I'm gonna be showcasing your Instagram profiles as well. So there are no rules. I'm gonna be editing in Lightroom, no Photoshop. No time restrictions, no time frames whatsoever. I'm gonna be using my presets as a base, so I'm gonna apply my preset on your raw file, then we'll be doing some small adjustments and masking probably. I think this is it. Let's jump into the Lightroom, and the first profile I wanted to show, and the first photo, the first raw file, belongs to 380 to 750 nm. This is the nickname. So as you can see, this is a really nice feed. We have some various styles over here, some portraits photography, some pure street photography, golden hour. This is really nice. Yeah, let's jump to the first photo. I'm gonna be starting with the framing, with the working with some sort of the composition, and I think this is pretty good. No need to make the vertical adjustments, I guess. So let's apply this. Now we're gonna go to different. Oh, I like this one. Looks kind of dark and yeah, a little bit mysterious. This is really good. Okay, yeah, too much. Yeah, so as you can see, different styles apply, different preset applies to different styles. Let's go with the first one, black gold banger. And what I want to do here is the night photo, so I'm gonna apply some noise reduction, and then we're gonna apply some blues just to give it a little bit more, just to give it a punch of blue. So no clarity. Let's slightly increase the vibrance. And now what I want to do, I want to increase the shadows, so there will be a little bit more snow, and I'm gonna make it a little bit brighter. So this is pretty good, and I'm not sure about this kind of yellowish overlays. So yellow is saturation in the yellow is pretty much -40, so yeah, it's orangish, more like an orangish, but I still see a little bit of yellow, but whatever. Let's keep it. And for this photo, this is really good photo. I mean, in terms of the what's going on in the foreground over here, in front of the truck. So I don't like this orange over here. So let me use brush tool over here. Let's make it a little bit larger, and I'm gonna brush quickly to select this like orangish area over here. And this should make a difference by changing the temperature a little bit, like this, something like this. Okay guys, so I think this is pretty good. Maybe just maybe we could add one more mask. It's an object, and we could like highlight the truck, and the truck is pretty nicely highlighted, so this is really good. I'm gonna slightly increase the exposure, just slightly, but I'm gonna increase the clarity much more, around 50, and this is looking pretty good. This is the before, and this is the after. Before, after. So this is the first photo. Let's jump into the next one. The next photographer is Daniel Brin. So as you can see on the screen, Daniel works really well with contrast, with shadows and lights, with silhouettes. He has a lot of good stuff. For example, like this one, perfectly framed, and yeah, there is a lot of cool photos over here on his profile. So don't forget to check it out. Okay, so here we are. Despite the fact this is the horizontal frame, which is kind of nice, it's a little bit busy on the left and on the right with some weird TV reflection on an ad. So I'm gonna be focusing myself on the center part of the frame. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna switch to Instagram format, and I think that this is in the center, in the middle, so I still want to have this silhouette in frame as well. This is like a really cool looking neonic style over here on the top and on the bottom. So let's find a preset. And nope. Yeah, the blue banger is pretty cool, but I think we can find a better one. I like this one. This is the city lights, and we have the Holy F banger, which is also cool. This one is also cool. And filming, no, this one is also interesting. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna be working with the night red. Night red looks kind of cool. So let me go with night red as a base. And what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna slightly lower the highlights, and I'm gonna slightly lower the shadows to around 15. That's cool. I'm gonna keep the vibers at +20. What else? Why saturation of the red is on minus? We're gonna change that, and we're also gonna change the blues. We're gonna add some blues, just a touch, maybe more. It's kind of not visible over here, so let me change the luminance of reds around +20. We can drop the oranges, and noise reduction, we can keep it 30. What else? Let me check the blue over here. It definitely gave a little bit more punch to the reds and oranges, so I'm gonna keep it at 85. So normally I would clean this and this reflection, or make it a symmetry and put it over here, but the first idea seems better. But right now I'm gonna be just working with some linear masking, maybe like from this side, lowering the exposure, so we're gonna have this main focus on the center of the frame, which is still like the main subject of the photo. So we're gonna duplicate this linear masking, and we're gonna change the position of it to something like this. This is good. Okay, so this is the before, this is the after, this is the before, and this is the after. Moving to the next one. Okay, so the next person in line is Milli Frames, and as you can see, it's not a big account, but you will definitely find some cool angles, like for example some light and shadows play over here, some cool angles like this one for example. Really cool. Definitely worth following, so go check him out. Let's jump into the raw photo and see what we've got there. Okay, as you can see on the screen, we have a really nice wide frame with a lot of things going on. So when I first see this photo, I was thinking like maybe I should keep it like horizontal, a little bit like a cinematic framing, but then I figured that maybe I will do something different, and what I was thinking, let's focus on this side of the image, and it's gonna be pretty small but still capturing the essence of the city and the essence of the street. So this is the framing I was like willing to show you guys. So as you can see, we have a bit of a car on the left, and what was most important for me, we got this like a point of focus over here, which is this guy, this person. So this is the framing. I'm gonna see if it needs some vertical adjustments, yeah, a little bit, so we can keep it like this. And let's find the preset. So a lot of presets are for, maybe not a lot, it's like 50-50 of them are for the night photography, so don't expect that all of the light, all of the daylight photos are gonna be working like straight away. So yeah, pretty much all Summer Orange Banger seems to be the right one over here, and doesn't even require magical adjustments, I would say. So which is good, because you can like quickly finish your editing process. There is not much to clean on the street or anywhere else, maybe besides this graffiti over here on the wall. So but I'm gonna check this later in Photoshop if needed. I mean, we are not using Photoshop, but you know what I mean. So green is not green, yellow, orange. Yeah, we're gonna pump that too much. Okay, I think I'm not gonna be experimenting with the colors which are good. I will lower the saturation to make it a little bit washed out. And what else? I will slightly drop the shadows, and I'm gonna keep the highlights as they are. So now let's go to the masking tool. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more, and I'm gonna highlight the person with an object mask, and it works perfectly. So I'm gonna increase the exposure slightly like this. I am gonna increase the clarity, and as you can see, this is pretty good. One small thing that we could do is the face, is the head, and the skin tones kind of orangish. So I'm gonna slightly lower the saturation, which will give you a little bit more natural, as not saturated as it was before. So yeah, this is it. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, the next one is Mateusz M, and double A in the nickname. And as you can see, his profile isn't big as well, but you can already see a couple of nice shots, like this one for example, which is from Portugal. Really nice one. And the Warsaw panorama is pretty cool, and I love this spot. We have some night, we have some winter photos as well, some night shots. So yeah, let's jump into the Lightroom. Okay, so as you can see, this is the frame that the raw file that Mateusz sent me, and I can already see that this is almost perfectly framed. So not sure if you have used the tripod or something, but it's really nice. So not need to vertically adjust this, just wanted to keep the Eiffel Tower in focus, in centered frame. So there is a little bit noise. So yeah, this is a good entry point. So let's find this looks epic. Let's go find a nice preset that we could use over here. I must say the Summer Orange Banger again looks pretty cool. And yeah, so the main idea is to emphasize the Eiffel Tower a little bit more, and I'm gonna do this by increasing the blues. So let's check the blues. Too much, so maybe we could go like around 20. Yeah, this is pretty cool. And I'm gonna be dropping the shadows a little bit more, like around 80. I'm gonna increase the highlights to -60, and there was some noise, so I'm gonna increase the noise reduction to 30. And there is one point I wanted to do. Yeah, let's jump to the masking tool, and we're gonna select the object. I'm gonna select the Eiffel Tower, and it does the job well. So I'm gonna slightly make the exposure like around 30, and I'm gonna increase the clarity to around 30 as well. and this started looking pretty good. So maybe now I'm gonna create the linear mask on the bottom of the page, on the photo, bottom of the photo, and I'm gonna decrease the exposure a little bit more, and maybe just like an experiment, I'm gonna select background. It should select everything besides the Eiffel Tower, and it almost did the job. So I'm gonna subtract by object again, and I'm gonna use the Eiffel Tower as the main object. Now it's better. So now I'm gonna make the exposure a little bit more dark. So that's the photo I was thinking about. So this is the before, I mean this is the before, and this is the after. Before, after. Looks pretty good though. Okay, moving to the next one. Okay, the next shot I've got is from Marcin Visual 83. As you can see in his Instagram profile, it's a mix of portrait photography, some outdoors, landscapes, even interiors, which is pretty cool. We also have some sort of cinematic approach over here, and we also have a lot of night photography. So if you are into this stuff, you can definitely check his account. Okay, let's jump into the Lightroom. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, this is the photo Marcin sent me, and this is already looking pretty good, I would say. Really love that those leading lines on the bottom of the image. So I'm gonna keep that, not necessarily the whole thing, but definitely a big part of those lines. And why I moved that frame up top, because I want to keep a little bit of the sky visible as well. So I'm gonna slightly move this here, and no, I'm not moving anything. It looks pretty good as it is. So now I'm aiming to keep the snow white as it should be. So I'm gonna find one of the presets that's gonna keep the snow white. This is pretty good, I would say, like already, really. And let me find some, this is too bright but still pretty good tones, and this one as well, the Holy F, looks pretty cool. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Holy F or the washed. So I'm gonna keep the washed or the Holy F. Yeah, Holy F. That's it, Holy F it is. I'm gonna decrease the highlights a little bit more. I'm gonna decrease the exposure a little bit more, and I'm gonna increase the shadows to around 90. That should be it. I'm gonna leave the clarity at 0. And what else? We're gonna add some blur, some blue to the image, like 85, just a touch of it. No need for orange, no need for yellow luminance, and as well as orange here and reds. And I must say this is a dope photo. So I'm gonna reduce the nose reduction, and I'm gonna reduce the blue primary. So as you can see, it's done. It's already done. I know I've mentioned something about the sky to be visible more, but it's not the case anymore. So in Photoshop or even in Lightroom, I would probably remove these things over here and make these lines a little bit more clean, but still this is perfect shot. And yeah, so moving to the next one. Thanks Marcin for sending this one. Okay, the last photo was sent by Sagisi, and as you can see on her Instagram profile, it's a mix of really nice night photography as well as some landscape photography, and yeah, generally outdoor photography, which is really cool, even some concerts. Okay, so moving to the Lightroom, as you can see, the framing is already really good, really interesting, and classic shot from the back. So I'm gonna be keeping the silhouette of this person while keeping the building in the back. Something like this should be pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. So the framing is dope, and we're gonna use one of the presets as I did with the others. The blue seems to work really well, at least as a base. Night bokeh is kind of interesting, a little bit washed out, but still cool. Film, and to be honest, I like the night red or snow. There is no snow, but this is really cool base. I might work with this one, definitely. Okay, so let's start by bumping the highlights a little bit more, bumping the exposure a little bit more, and we already see the details in the photo. So I'm gonna drop the clarity because I want to increase the clarity on the silhouette. I'm gonna increase the blues just a little bit more to -80. I'm gonna increase the aqua to around 60, even though there are no aqua tones as much as they could be. So let me drop the orange but increase the reds. So we have this kind of like a pinky vibe over here, and this looks pretty cool. So right now I'm gonna be doing the masking tool. So let's move on with the brush. That's gonna be the fastest version of brushing the bottom part of the image. Even like something like this, it's pretty cool. You will see the final result in a second. Yeah, something like this. Now we can do the subtract by select people. Okay, so right now we can create a mask, and we can drop the temperature a little bit more to give it this kind of a cyberpunk vibe with a lower temperature. Yeah, we can call it like that. Right now I'm gonna select people once again, and I'm gonna slightly drop the temperature, but just slightly. I'm gonna increase the exposure to make this silhouette a little bit more visible, and I'm gonna increase the clarity, not too much. In this case it's around 12. Yeah, this should be good. And to be honest, I like this one already. Not much of a cleaning in the Photoshop, maybe this hole here, maybe this sidewalk, but other than that it's done. So this is the before, this is the after, before, after, which is really cool, by the way. Okay guys, that was the last photo. So as mentioned in the intro, I've edited 6 photos. I wanted to say 5, but I've edited 6 photos. Thank you guys for sending these photos, and there is one more info at the end of this video. If you send me your photos and I didn't edit them in this episode, you will likely to be in the next one, which is the Easter probably, so, or the day before. So you can expect that your photo is gonna be in the next episode, which is kind of cool because I would like to keep it frequently or as often as possible. Saying that, thanks guys again for sending all of your raw files, or all of your photos, all of your emails when you wrote if you can use a JPEG or something, which is totally fine. This was really fun, and I enjoyed editing your photos. Hopefully you will like my edits. As you can see, wanted to keep it as quickly as possible, no BS. So this is it guys, thanks, and see you in the next one.